Hello students, welcome to Inspire Educare. In today's video on C programming, we'll learn about the basics of C. In this video, we'll look at a basic C program and understand its structure, and we'll also learn about compilers, interpreters, and their difference. So, let's see what a normal C code looks like. So this is a very basic source code which shows us various functions of our program. So let's go through them one line by line. On the top is a comment. This portion is not read by the compiler when it's being run. After that is the hash include stdio.h, which includes the standard IO header file in our program. Below that is our main function. This is the only function that runs by default. After that, we open its body, and inside that is a variable called a being declared as an integer. Right below that, we are initializing it with 5. Under that, we have another integer b being declared and initialized with a constant at the same time. Then, after that, we have a sum variable that is being declared and is initialized by the value of a and b with a sum operator. The next line is a display statement. It is the only statement that will show up when you run the program. The printf function prints the string it has on the screen, but there's a catch. You see the percentage sign with a D right after? That's called a format specifier. Those signs are replaced in the output of the value of the variables we assign in the other arguments of printf. There are a number of format specifiers that work with different types of variables, which we'll see soon enough. And in the end, we'll close the bracket of the main function and the program is complete. Here's the output of the program. You can clearly see that we cannot see anything except the line that was inside printf and that the format specifier have been changed to their respective values. So this was a very basic program that just added two already written numbers. Your program may not do that. Your program might be something entirely different. So we need to categorize it and make a format that most programs can follow. So here's the components of the structure of a program. First, the comments. So imagine if you wrote a big code with hundreds of lines and sent it to a friend who is not that big of a coder. What is going to happen? They won't know what does what and they won't understand the program completely. To prevent that, we use comments. Comments are the lines that are not seen by the compilers and these are not compiled at all. This only exists for the other programmers. You can write down how your code works or that it belongs to you or anything. This is a free space that will always be skipped when a program runs. It starts with a slash followed by an asterisk and it ends with an asterisk followed by a slash. Note, if you don't end the comments, all of the code under it would be considered a comment. After that, we have the preprocessor directives. To understand what they are, let's just divide its name. It starts with pre, which means before. Processor means the same thing, a processor. And directives means directions. These are the directions that need to be established before processing. These include the hash include statement from the previous slides and a few more that we'll learn as they come. These preprocessor directives always start with a hash symbol. Now, the main function. This is the only function that runs by default and all of the code you type should directly or indirectly link up to this one or it will not run in any case. There are many return types of this function but the most commonly used is integer type. After the main functions are the user-defined functions. These functions are made by the user that perform a specific task of whatever the programmer programs it to. These are optional and don't always exist in smaller programs, but these become a big part of C later on. The second part of this lesson will be covered in the next video. Till then, keep learning and I'll see you in the next one.